Singapore changed me. It has been 2 years since I moved from Zurich to Singapore, and I can honestly say that this city has changed me in so many ways. Today I'm sharing some of the things I've picked up living here that have really shaped my lifestyle and my mindset. And wait until the end where I share one thing that I have not really shared on my socials before, and it is a very personal one. I was not sure if I would want to make this public, so stay tuned until the end. Number 1, speaking Singlish. And I think this is both good and also a bit of bad. Let me start from the beginning. Singlish is a unique way that Singaporeans speak here. It is a mix of English, Malay, Hokkien, Tamil, and a bunch of other languages. People use it all the time in every situation, and it's kind of like a shortcut to express yourself quickly and very casually. For example, instead of saying, "Are you coming with me?" you might hear someone saying, "You coming or not?" Words like la, lor, or le are added in the sentence at the very end, so it shows some extra emotions. For example, when someone says, "Don't worry la, everything will be okay," they're just reassuring you in a very Singaporean way. At first, it might sound very confusing, but after living here for a while, you actually start up picking up these sentences. And before you know it, you use la and le and can at every end of the sentence without even thinking about it. Now, here is why I think it's a bad thing. The more Singlish you speak, the worse your proper English becomes, especially when texting. I use only shortcuts, and I'm very sure that my friends from Switzerland who speak English very well, they would not understand a word about what I would say or like what I was texting with Singaporean friends. Number 2, responsibility. Moving abroad and living by myself so far away from my family and close friends has definitely made me more responsible for me and my life. And with being responsible also comes the more boring adult stuff, including investments, insurances, and also retirement plans. Regarding health and travel insurance, I really got a wake-up call when my friend was traveling to Bali and got really bad food poisoning. She had to stay in the hospital for 5 days and she didn't have an insurance. So she ended up paying hundreds of dollars for her hospital bill. And after that, I knew that I had to change something and I had to be prepared. That's when I came across SafetyWing's Nomad health plan. To spare you all the research online, I'm giving you a quick summary. The plan covers you in over 175 countries, including Singapore, Europe, and even the US for up to 30 days. You're covered for things like hospital stays, doctor visits, surgeries, and even mental health support. You can even add dental benefits if you want to. What's great is that it's really flexible. You can pay monthly or yearly, and if you go for the yearly plan, you even get a discount. And if you need to make a claim, it's very easy. You can get reimbursed within less than 14 days through their online platform, and their customer support is 24/7 online. They reply within under a minute. So this is really a game changer, especially when you're traveling abroad and it's an emergency situation. And with a covering limit of over 1.5 million, you don't have to worry about any bills anymore. So if you're like me and you want a peace of mind while traveling and living abroad, I definitely recommend checking out SafetyWing's Nomad Health Plan. There's a link below if you want to have a look at it. Number 3, calling everyone auntie and uncles. This is hilarious. And in the beginning, it was super strange for me, but it's such a common thing in Singapore to call elderly people auntie and uncle, even though they're not your relatives. Now I catch myself calling random people auntie, for example, when I ask for directions or when I order at my favorite chicken rice at the hawker stall. And now I think it's a really beautiful thing to show elderly people some respect. And I've gotten really used to it. Number 4, taking off your shoes. I was not used to taking off your shoes everywhere you go. That means when you enter stores, when you enter, for example, the dentist, the manicure, the pedicure, like very random places, which seem like more public to me, but I just learned it's a huge part of their culture. Because in Switzerland, it's the opposite. You never have to take off your shoes. Also, when you invite guests over, you can leave your shoes on, because we always say, your shoes are part of your outfit. So yeah, sometimes I still get annoyed, but right now I honestly just got so used to it. So wherever I go, I just take off my shoes. Even now when I go back to Switzerland, I take off my shoes even though I don't have to. So this is something that I completely changed in my behavior, and it actually makes sense because you don't want to take the dirt into your house. Number 5, I stopped cooking, and this is a hard one because I actually love cooking, and I used to cook a lot when I was in Switzerland because basically there you didn't have another choice. Eating out is so expensive. If for you, for example, go to a pizzeria and you buy a pizza and a soft drink, it costs you around $40. In here, even it's the opposite because Sometimes doing groceries, it's even more expensive. If you buy ingredients to make your own chicken rice, it would be probably over $10 just the ingredients. In Singapore, you get the most affordable and most amazing food from hawker centers, and 2 minutes away from me, it's Maxwell Hawker. So I just go there and buy my $5 chicken rice. Cooking does not really make sense. And on top of that, I had a very bad experience when I cooked here. I was not used to cooking with gas. I think I was cooking some vegetables, and the pan was very hot, and I took a towel to hold the pan to stir. So the towel caught fire from the gas, and I threw it on the floor, and I honestly, for a moment, I thought, I'm gonna burn this kitchen down. So, okay, everything was okay in the end. I just poured some water over it and nothing happened, but that was a shock. So maybe I'll just stick with my chicken rice from hawker centers. And now number 6, my personal mindset change. Moving to Singapore really shifted my perspective on life in general. It made me realize that I was stuck in a routine in Zurich, always doing the same things, and actually never really exploring beyond my comfort zone. The interesting part is that I only started to realize this after living around 6 months in Singapore. I never really questioned my habits when I was still in Zurich. I wasn't unhappy. So as much as I loved my life there, I started to realize, like, this is not how I wanted to live here in Singapore. And originally the plan was to go back. And I thought, no, this is not it. I wanted more adventure, more outdoor activities, more to explore more. And it really was a shift in my mindset that I realized that I wanted different things from my relationship as well, because initially my partner brought me here. So that's when I made the difficult decision to break up. My boyfriend and I were just on 2 different paths, and we didn't want the same things in life anymore. Yes, it was super hard in the beginning, and I realized that I wanted to stay. He moved back to Switzerland, so I could finally really embrace the life that I wanted here without feeling guilt or adjusting to things I didn't want anymore. It has been a roller coaster ever since, but I'm super grateful where I am now and for the life I get to live here. And especially since I make a living out of this video, it would mean the world if you could support me by simply liking this video and to subscribe, because it's free and it helps me a lot. If it wasn't for you, I would not be able to work as a full-time content creator. Also, I share more about my personal life, about Singapore, on my Instagram at Swizzyinsg, and watch this video up next because YouTube thinks you might like it. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.